So obviously the big news coming out this morning is this drone attack on the Kremlin. Apparently around 3 a.m. local time, Russian media identified 2 drones that were targeting the Kremlin last night. Apparently they were intercepted or blew up en route. Doesn't look like, you can see in the video that it doesn't look like they hit the buildings. Some of the drones exploded well away from the buildings. Again, could have been intercepted by air defenses. The Kremlin is heavily defended, or they just blew up en route. The fragments, the explosion didn't hurt anyone. It didn't cause really any damage. Even though it was targeting the presidential residence, it didn't hurt Putin. Moscow responded by saying that it was a Ukrainian drone strike. I'm hearing reports that it could have been partisans within Moscow, but some things just aren't adding up. They're going to Russia's banning the flight of drones in the city of Moscow, with the exception of those authorized by the government. Interestingly, the Ukrainians are coming out and saying, one, they have no idea that this attack was carried out. A spokesman of the president of Ukraine, named Serhiy Nikiforov, said that they have no idea where this comes from. Another advisor, Mikhailo Podolyak, denies that Ukraine carried out the UAV attack. The press service from Russia weirdly had very quick press releases, and a lot of things really aren't adding up for me on this. At the time of the attack, if you look at the video, you can see someone walking up the dome. Where the fire supposedly starts on the back side of the dome by the flagpole, it wasn't necessarily near where the drones exploded. So I'm starting to wonder if this isn't some sort of false flag attack to justify further actions in Ukraine. I don't know. The Russian media was very quick to report on this, and the Russian Federation was very quick to instill immediate actions. So is this a false flag? I don't know. Is this Ukraine conducting attacks? The attacks don't make any sense. The drones were not big enough to cause any kind of damage on the Kremlin. When you watch them, there was a man walking up the backside of the dome, and you can see it at 3 a.m. And then suddenly where the drone exploded isn't necessarily where the fire started. And a lot of things are very weird in this. A lot more information needs to come out. It doesn't make strategic sense. I get that making an attempt on Putin's life to cut the head off the snake, so to speak, is something that would be of strategic value. But that is extraordinarily difficult, especially with a drone. I mean, we're talking, the Kremlin is pretty heavily fortified. You're going to need a pretty significant missile strike that's much bigger than what a drone can provide to affect anything, to guarantee that Putin is killed. This drone strike is a weak explosion. It is not heading to the correct portions of where the presidential residence is. It's just a lot of things wrong with this. But again, it's still the early stages, very early stages. So we need to wait and see what comes out. Russia's official line is that it was Ukraine. Ukraine's official line is they have no idea where this comes from. It wasn't them. There's alternate side reporting said that they're saying there's reports of one of the videos that I don't have is that there's a potential partisan actor that out of Moscow that's an anti-Putin group conducting this. Either way, it kind of is a bad look for Russia. I mean, the Kremlin is their symbol of power. It is their projection of power across the globe. It is the last bastion of their power projection outside of nuclear weapons, because their navy is not projecting power at all in any kind of meaningful manner. So having it look like the Kremlin was attacked can cause problems within Russia. It can cause fear. Like, if they can't defend the Kremlin, how can they defend themselves? And potentially this could be a precursor for some sort of escalation. I don't know if it leads to a nuclear escalation, but again, just things are not adding up for me on this drone strike. And I'm watching the video here over and over again, and this is very weird. If you just replay the video, you see this gentleman or person walking up where the drone explodes, and then suddenly where the fire's at. None of it adds up to exactly what's going on here. So we'll see. I don't know. we may not find out anything. But that's kind of what's going on right now.